It's still. Oh, you just went. You know what? Welcome to StreamYard. Yes, I told you it take y'all long. What did I tell you? I always take women a
Oh
lot
my
longer.
gosh.
Why?
Welcome
Why it take
to
y'all? Why it take
broadcasting.
y'all so long? Why it take y'all so long? It don't take us long to get on or to get
It's a
off.
lot of
Whatever.
moving parts. It's a lot of moving parts to this, you know? It's like, my goodness. But
Yeah,
anyway,
I know. You ain't got to tell me. I know about all of this good
yes,
stuff.
you
So
do.
so many
Yes, you
things
do.
happening. Yeah.
So
So
thank you for your patience.
welcome back to the Other Woman's Wind Down Wednesday. You know what? I did not get uh I did not get my wine
I have
today.
tea
So I don't.
tonight.
Oh, you got tea? Oh,
I
okay.
have
You you
echinacea
texted me.
tea.
You know when you text me, you said, "Where are you? Come on." I said, "Well, I'm on my way home." I told you I had to stop by the sex toy store before I got home today.
Love
So,
and mood. Love and
love,
mood.
is it Love and Mood? Yeah, yeah, Love and
Uh-huh.
Mood. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
And
I
then
hope you got
another
some
one
full
down. There's another one
instructions.
down on towards going toward the Navy base. So I don't know which name of it,
Did you?
but
I hope
but
whatever you purchase it has instructions, because you know.
you're right because I don't know how to use them. I never had to use one before. So, but I
Oh
guess I
Lord.
wanted to have I wanted to have be a little bit knowledgeable because that's the name, that's the subject of the show tonight, passion parties, right?
Right,
And so
right.
I just wanted to make sure, I just wanted to fool people to make them think I know a little bit about what they do in passion parties and what they sell in passion parties and everything. We got a guest tonight that specializes in that too, doesn't she?
We do. And she's actually there in Pensacola with you. Her name
Really?
is, yes, is Miss Lisa Thalls, and I found her. We're actually Facebook friends. You can have so many Facebook friends. You really don't know what they do
Mm-hmm.
for a living, what their background is. You can have Facebook friends that you don't even know. But Lisa, I typed in passion parties, and her name came up. And lo and behold, we were already Facebook friends. So I was like, cool. So she agreed to come on and share her business. And we're going to find out tonight some things about passion parties and why passion parties are even needed. Have you ever
You was
been to
talking
one?
about. No, I've never been to a passion party. Let me get this in. You was talking about so many moving parts. You're right. Because you probably heard me double talking here because I forgot to turn the speaker off on this other platform here. So if people hearing echoes, that's what it was. But getting back to your point, no, you know what? I have never in my life attended a passion. Can I tell you a quick story about that? I
Sure, go
was
ahead.
invited. I had some employees that when I was working for the government, and I had some employees that was into one in particular employee was into passion parties, right? And you know
Uh-huh.
how with office talk, everything goes. You talk about
Yeah,
everything in the office. So even
yeah,
though I'm the boss, and plus you always have more women than you have men's in office anyway. And they
yes,
talk about all that stuff. So
yes.
when they started talking about the passion parties, and I got kind of curious about it. And got an invitation. I got an invitation for me and my wife to go to the passion party, right? I said, "Oh, okay, I will pass that on." Man, I came home and asked her to let's. Uh, I didn't even call the employee's name. I said, "Having a passion party." And what did I say? Boy, she kind of went off on me. What do you know about passion parties? I don't think it was about the passion parties at all. I think it was more about wasn't y'all doing talking about sex in office, but particularly for you, you're a married man. What they doing talking about sex with you and all that kind of stuff. And people mind go there. And but I was curious. Well, number one, I was trying to respond to her invitation. Number one, to and number two, I never been to one before, and I was kind of curious about what it was like. Because usually just they would just invite women to it, but that particular one they was inviting men and women to them at the same time. So I got an invitation. So, but anyway, to make a long story short, that killed that idea about a passion party when the reaction I got from that. So I put that on the back shelf. So no more passion party, no more sex toys for me, for
Well,
the
you know
passion
what?
party.
I was never invited to a co-ed one. I had plenty of friends who were in the business, but I didn't want to go to a passion party with a room full of women. Now,
Why?
if it had been co-ed, I don't know, it just seemed it would have been more fun. The conversation would have been different, but I guess for all women, it gives you the freedom
Right.
to share more.
Yeah.
You know, and I was young when I heard about it and stuff, but
Yeah, well, I guess this particular one was for couples, and so what couples get, which is kind of a good idea, right? Because you got couples going, and then they can look and see if they're interested in anything, da 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 da. But it would be little awkward, just like I was when I came home talking about passion party. Now she had to come home with something. She had to went to a passion party and come home with one of the products. Then I probably went off the same way, because. But the idea was you bring them both there together. Maybe they will have the same shared experience. Okay, but
right.
anyway,
But you know what? Just like Tupperware, you're not going to find men going to a Tupperware party. Women are the ones who spend the money, and for so many reasons, these passion parties are successful. So it must be a reason. What is it?
I know why.
Madness.
Can I tell you why? Because when the women own the passion party, it's just like a stripper's party, right? Y'all can let loose all those things that you can't say at home and do at home and act around your spouses. You can act it out with your girlfriends, or you can be as wild and crazy and kinky as you really want to be without that fear of being judged or that fear of being ridiculed by your partner.
Or the fear of embarrassing you all. The fear of embarrassing you all as we talk about what you're lacking, what you're not doing, and okay, he needs some help in this area. So let me get some of that.
The truth is coming out now. Oh, that's it, huh? Yeah, that is it. So you don't want to embarrass us. Look at that. He's in up there. Give me one of them big ones over there.
Oh Lord. And on that note, let's bring in the expert for the passion parties. I did a little bit of research, and I think the passion parties have been around since about 1994. I believe she'll correct me if I'm wrong. 1994, but and I don't think there are any men who are consultants, but we're going to find out from Miss Lisa, as we welcome Lisa.
Now,
hello, Lisa.
Let me explain to the audience when Lisa come on. Is she going to be audio only on vMix? Now she's audio and video on what you got? StreamYard. On StreamYard.
So what Vernon is saying, if you're on my page, personal page, the Other Woman page, or YouTube, the Other Woman Magazine's YouTube channel, you will see and hear Miss Lisa. But if you're on Vernon's Little Raggedy page, you will only hear Lisa's voice.
Wow.
So if you want to see what Miss Lisa looks like, you want to see her beautiful face, come on over to Lavender's page or the Other Woman.
Lavender, you should have sent me a picture. At least I could have had a picture of her. But no, you
were running late tonight. Of all nights, I was on time tonight. Of all nights for me to be early, you're late. And you said you were at the sex toy. They don't call them sex toys, Vernon. They call them novelties or gift items. So you went to the left.
No, what do y'all call them? They ain't call no gift. Who you give a gift like that to? You ain't gonna call it a gift item.
Okay, let's bring in Lisa. Let's bring in Miss Lisa. Hi, Lisa.
Hello. How are you?
We're wonderful, and thank you for joining us. You're a very brave woman. You said you've watched Wind Down Wednesday with the Other Woman before. So you're a brave woman because Vernon can he gets outside of himself sometimes. He gets out of control. So just hold on to your seat and be prepared. But I'll try to
Okay.
keep them. I'll try to hold them down for you.
Okay.
Well, that's what you want to do. Hold me down.
Oh Lord. Okay, Lisa. Let me
Yes.
ask you this: was I right about the year? The passion parties have been around since what? 1994.
You are correct. It has been around since 1994. I did want to provide that they are men consultants
Okay.
that actually go and they do home parties. I've met a couple in the years that I've been doing it, and I have been actually doing this since it's going into my 14th year of hosting passion parties.
14 years.
Yep,
So
14
you've been
years.
doing this for 14 years, Lisa.
Yes.
Okay, let me ask you, what was it about the passion parties that interested you, that got your attention to make you want to get involved in it?
My very first party, I hosted. I was invited by a coworker, and we just had a great time. We let loose. We talked about different things that mattered to us, and what interests me, it is like Tupperware with a twist. But what interests me is that the product sold itself. It didn't. I didn't have to go into any detail of what it did or what it was used for. We knew what it was used for. So I made a good amount of money basically selling these products without having to go into great detail of what they do. We know what they do.
Wow. So for 14 years, tell us what your first year was like in the business. What did you see that say, okay, I can do this?
Well, my very first party, and I tell this all the time, it was actually a first lady of a church that wanted to have a party. She had it in her home. And those women of the church had the best time ever. They just let loose. And I mean, these were older women of the congregation, and basically they taught me some things that evening, how to keep their men satisfied. So it was just about us coming together and having that fun.
Okay, so you mentioned keeping their men satisfied.
Mhm.
What are some of the other reasons that women frequent these parties? Because they're so popular. What are some of the reasons that you believe the passion parties are so popular?
It's about introducing new things into your love life. As far as with your partner, or your husband or your boyfriend, you want to try different things. You don't want to keep the same stagnant, you know, missionary. You want to try different things in the bedroom. And so that's what happens. You learn different things, you learn different techniques. It's not always about the toys. They have lotions, they have other different like powdery objects, lubrications, different things. You just come and you learn a lot of things.
Okay, so what are some of your popular items? What are some of your
Um,
best sellers? Do you have
well,
any to show
I,
us?
I do have some to show you.
Wonderful. Show and
Okay.
tell.
Okay.
I'm glad Mad blocked out. You ain't gonna even dare not order it. See like that.
So,
No,
you
sir.
know,
So you get your
when you're
lineup
starting
together.
out, you always want to talk to your partner about what they like. Don't always come home with a surprise. Try to ease your partner into what they like. Have you, honey, do you have a certain flavor that you like? We have a lot of edible products. So, like, we have edible pens that you would draw on your body, like different suggestive things, all over, and they're edible. So,
Edible. Whoa, whoa,
They're
whoa, whoa.
edible.
Talk. Okay. Wh- Why would you? Okay.
what
All right.
do you mean?
So explain that to me. Why would
So,
you want
I
to eat them?
mean, they're chocolate. We have a chocolate and strawberry flavor pens, and so you would write suggestive things like "lick here," "touch here," and then you have your partner lick it off.
Oh,
Okay, so instead of licking and tasting skin, we're tasting that flavor.
Right. Right.
Do you have chocolate?
We have chocolate, we have strawberry, we have
How about?
cherry.
I want to know: is it? You got gummy bears flavor? The gummy bear flavor.
Okay,
You can make
let me
yourself
ask
a
you
whole
this,
dessert.
Lisa. Has there ever been a time where a woman has asked you about the different levels of sex drive between them and their spouse, whereas you already know
Yes,
what I'm going to ask? Go ahead.
yes. You know, I have had women that have never orgasmed, you know, and so they want to know what they can do at home or what they can try with their partner to experience that. A woman at a certain age, you know, usually over 40, gets to be a little bit more intense than a guy. And so they want to know how to corral that back. Or, you know, he's not performing as much as I want him to perform in the bedroom. So what do I do? You know, we have all types of suggestions. And I basically ask anybody to call me and we will talk that out.
Have you had a co-ed party, or most of your parties frequented by all women?
A majority of my parties have been women. I have done co-eds. I have done like where they have wedding parties together. I've done a couple in Mobile that were co-ed. I have actually done a couple in Mobile that are drag queen parties. So I do all types of parties. Now a majority of my clientele base is women.
Okay. What would you tell a young woman, say she's newly married, and most women, they want to keep their man satisfied. Um, she's not as experienced as her husband. What products would you suggest to her to help her to be more, I don't know, comfortable in the bedroom, or to, to give her some kind of idea, or I don't want to say control, but control of what she's doing instead of allowing her man to always be in control?
I would always say start with some sort of play. So when I say play, I mean, you know, put on some sexy lingerie. It's always about the atmosphere first. Um, so put on sexy lingerie, put on music, put rose petals on the bed, put candles on. You know, get him stimulated that way before we introduce toys to him. Then start with our like lighter line as far as we have powders that you can lick off, lotions, lubrication. Start off something basic and work your way up. But have that discussion, like I said, with your partner about what you enjoy or what he enjoys also, or she, or whatever your partner is at the time.
So Vernon, it goes back to communication again. Everything is about communication.
Mhm.
So
What?
go ahead, Vernon.
Okay. I'm just. Well, suppose you got a reluctant party. Don't that may not buy into that. How do you convince them?
How do you convince? I mean, it's I think it's more of a compromise when it comes to something like that. Like, does your partner want to see you satisfied also? So I think it's a compromise, not a more of a convince. What can I do to make you stimulated? What can you do to make me stimulated? How can we just explore each other sexually and be satisfied at the end of the day? Like, you don't want to leave your partner hanging, I would say. Um, so I think it's about more compromising than convincing somebody.
Right. Okay. I get that part of it. Yeah.
Did you already tell us some of your popular?
I mean, I have others here. I have like the butterfly is very popular. I'm not sure if you can see this product here. This is a very, stimulating product for a woman. We do have male products also. We have different male products here, but this one is
So what
also
you're
a very,
holding up, that is a popular product?
this is a popular product. This called the butterfly. This is it has 3 different speeds to it. It has clitoral stimulation And basically, that's what vibrators were created for. Back in the earlier days, vibrators were created for hysteria on women. And so basically, you would go to the doctor and he would stimulate your clitoral area until you were no longer hysterical anymore. And so they started creating toys in place of that. And so I have a long line of products. And then I have had people contact me that they're looking for certain things. And I do work with a warehouse out of California that I will find that product for you.
Okay. What about men? What kind of products are they looking for? And is the choice of product between men and women different?
There is a lot of men get my C rings, which are basically help keep you harder longer.
Whoa, let's stop. What was that again?
They're called C rings.
Sebring?
C rings.
Oh, C ring. A ring.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How did that work?
And so basically you would put that on the gentleman once he is hard, and then it'll keep that, I guess, the blood in that area there longer, so he would stay harder longer.
Okay. All right. Got it. Oh.
Mm-hmm. You need to see what that looks like.
Products.
Yeah. She got one? Yeah, let me see what it looked like.
I did not bring one with me, but we do have ones that vibrate too, so that's an extra bonus.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
So that's where you learn. That's where you learn all of this good stuff at a passion party. You can go learn all that stuff, huh?
Yeah.
How often you give these? How often you give these passion parties?
Well, I do have a full-time job, but I say about roughly twice, probably 3 times a month. I've done baby showers, I've done bridal showers, I've done couples parties, I've done drag queen parties, I've just done just a fun girls' night out. So I do about 2 or 3 between here and Mobile. I would say 2 or 3 about a month time.
Do you do, like I said, do you do the couples, and do you do just for all female parties, or what?
Yes, I do couples. I do all females. Just if you want to have a girls' night out, or a girls' night in is what I call it. What you would do is get your friends together, and I come with what I call my treasure chest of toys, and we just
your suitcases of goodies,
luggage of lust. Her lust
it's a lot more discreet.
Luggage of love.
Yeah,
it's a lot more discreet. Me coming there and being in a more comfortable environment than having to go to the toy shop or to the sex toy shop or the novelty shop. I come and I lay out my products and we talk about things that they may not feel comfortable to do while they're in a toy shop or novelty shop.
Oh, okay. So now, do you have? Do you make a lot of sales?
Oh, I do. That was going to be my question. Yeah. How much money? What's the average amount for each person that attends that they'll spend?
It really depends on the person. Like mostly, you would get somebody, let's say, anywhere from $40 to $180.
Wow.
Yeah. So it is a lucrative business as far as people want to try new things, and so they come there, they go through the catalog, they order stuff. Sometimes I'm a cash and carry, so they can actually get that product that night and take it home and try it right then and there afterwards. So I can usually, I think my lowest party I made like $480, and that was for an hour's time of work.
So the lesson to the takeaway here then for the fellas is, you need to go home and look under the bed, under the closet, in the between the mattress, and trying to find all those toys, because somebody bringing them home, unless they taking them over to Jody's house.
Okay, we have a question. Savannah wants to know, do you have edible panties, and do they come in different flavors?
I do. I have edible panties for men and women, and they do come in different flavors. They range from like cherry to strawberry to watermelon. They have the candy necklace kind. So I do have those, yes. And they're very reasonably priced. I think they're like $10 for the edible panties.
Vernon, I'm looking at your face.
What's
Vernon, Nate, we gotta be
I wonder who in there.
about this.
I'm just wondering who in the hell want to eat panties.
Well, see,
I
Vernon,
can understand. I can understand the other part, but the panties themselves. I mean, oh God! I mean, it kind of reminded me of a joke one time. They says, the difference between a freak and being exotic, right?
what?
Exotic is when you use a feather, and you're freaky if you use the whole chicken.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
That's your friend.
Lisa, don't laugh at that.
That's your friend.
Don't let Lavender stifle your. Don't let Lavender stifle your humor here.
Okay. Edible panties. That's different. Okay, Mr. Tober. Wait, what in the world are male? Okay, underwear.
Oh.
Earl.
It's underwear.
He said, wait a minute. Let's read the whole thing now. He said, what in the world are male edible drawers?
It's underwear. I can tell you what some of them look like. Some of them look like a laid out, like what's the thing, like Tootsie, like I don't know how to say, like licorice. And then some of them look like the candy strings that we used to wear around our neck. They form them into an underwear. So
Now,
there's all different kinds.
Okay, all right. Being a neophyte in this now, I can't imagine. I'm trying to imagine in my mind about at what point in time in this lovemaking session that you're gonna pull out a pair of drawers to eat.
You're gonna have them on, Vernon. You're gonna have them on.
This is what I told you. Like, you dressed up, so you have them on already. You know, you can have them.
See, now it comes out. Vernon, you always want to talk about sex, but obviously you don't know a doggone thing about it. You don't know nothing about it. You are being so quiet tonight. You are looking stupefied. You are looking stunned, shocked, and just bewildered over there.
What did I tell you? I didn't say I was an expert in it. I said I just let it talk about it. not that I can do anything about it.
We're going to have an. We're going to have to have. I'm curious too, because I never heard of the edible panties, but I guess you wear them. They come in different sizes, different flavors. You put them on, and like I said, instead of licking skin, tasting skin, you're tasting a flavor that you like.
They better come in bananas. They better come in bananas, chocolate milk, or something like that.
Milk?
Bishop Askew says you need to stop. Okay, so how do you advertise for your party? How do you get people to come? What do you say? They hear passion parties. What is it's going to make me come to a passion party? And Vernon.
What? How to make me come? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I want to hear.
Just ask me. I'm going to show up because I'm curious as hell about it. Yeah, when your next one? I told Lavender, I was just joking. I told her I had to stop by the sex toy store so I can have some authority to talk to you about this. But naturally I didn't. But
did you learn anything at that store?
Say again?
Did you learn anything at that store?
I didn't go. I was just joking. I didn't.
I'm about to say, because you would have seen probably edible panties there.
Really? I'm going there tomorrow then. I'm going to check it out.
Vernon, do you remember when we went to Love and Mood? We went to, but they were closed.
Yeah, they was doing some advertising. Well,
yes.
Wait a minute. Now, because they was doing advertising, they advertised with us every.
Yeah, let's make that plain. Oh my goodness, let me make that plain. Vernon and I used to work together at a radio station, and there was a Love and Mood, which is a novelty, sex novelty gift shop there that advertised with the radio station. So it had something to do with advertising that we had to go. Let me make that plain. I was not going to Love and Mood with Vernon Watson. Let me put that out in the air.
No. She went. No, she wanted me to go with her so she can find one a gift for her boyfriends and stuff like that. So I went with her, and I was, but we couldn't find a box big enough for the one that
she wanted. Anyway, Deborah. Hello, Deborah, and hello, Sandy, Dr. Winborn. Deborah Thompson says she's heard, yeah. So Deborah's even heard of edible panties.
There you go.
So they're very popular.
There you go.
ask Deborah, have James ever heard of them? That's the question. She may have, but he may not.
Okay, Earl says, just give me peanut butter and jelly. Do you have anything with peanut butter and jelly flavor?
She can't even respond.
You know what? I'm sure I can find some sort of lube in that. Not peanut butter, probably jelly, like grape. I could probably find some kind of lube, but not peanut butter. That's just an odd combination. But okay.
Okay. Did you answer that question, Lisa? How would you get those to come who have never been to a passion party? How do you persuade them or convince them?
You know, I advertise by word of mouth. And like I said, I've been doing this for about 14 years. Sometimes when I see a group of ladies somewhere, I will pass them my business card and say, would you like to have a passion party? You know, a lot of people refer me on Facebook. I have a group. There's about 200 and I believe 83 women in my Passion Parties by Liz. It's an exclusive group on Facebook, in which I advertise different products a month that I have on sale. I think at the beginning of February, I had like a swing that was on sale that people could order and, you know, set up in your home. That was a very popular item. And so I discussed different things on that Facebook page, and people then refer me out. You know, if you're having some kind of girls' night and you want, you know, some entertainment or something lively, then they will call me and we will schedule it. And usually I schedule about 2 weeks in advance, but usually it's all word, you know, word of mouth. I see a question there.
Yeah, what's the age range of your customers?
You have to be an adult, so you have to be 18 and older. I start basically at 20, but you do have to be 18 and older. Just to go even into a shop, you have to be 18 and older to participate. So all adults, nobody minor. Sometimes I've had to check IDs, which, you know, forgive me. If you look way too young, you have to leave, because we're going to show you products that are in adult nature.
Okay, Lisa, in order to have this business, you have to know how the products work. You have to know all about the products. You have to know your product line. So do they come with instructions? If
A lot of
someone was
things come
interested in the business, do they have to try the products out? Explain that.
A lot of things come.
Wait a minute before you explain that, Lisa. Lavinda, you talking like you don't know nothing about that. Now, come on. You tell them how to you tell everybody how this stuff works. Oh, you just doing it for the show. Okay. All right, go ahead.
Don't be putting my business out there. I'm trying to keep it going. I'm trying to go with the flow here.
I will tell you this. A lot of my products are self-explanatory. You know what they do. But if there's any questions, I rather someone call me and I explain it to them than they try it on their own. I don't care. I have had gentlemen call me and be like, my wife just bought this. I don't know exactly what it's supposed to do. Let me explain it to you. I would rather that, because I don't want you to be on a show called Sex Sent Me to the ER. So I would rather you understand what the product does. Um, you know, I've had that happen. I've had somebody call me after a passion party and said they put on something wrong and had to go to Golf Breeze Medical Center, but they weren't listening to the instructions. So I would rather a person call me than you try it yourself and not know what you're doing. So, but most of the
Now,
products, they're self-explanatory. Some of them do have instructions on the back. A lot of my products are waterproof, so it'll show you how to use it while you're in a sauna or in the shower. You know, um, like
what
this. I mean,
about
this product right here is a Candyland. So this is just candy flavored everything. So it's powders. Um, it's like lubrications. You got rose petals, powders. It's so there's instructions on the back on how you use everything.
what is that? Put that back up.
This is my Candyland product. I don't know if you can see that.
What
And then
is it?
on the back is just this is like a central product that I sell, and it has like lubrication, body icing. It has kissable powder on it, so it's a flavored powder that you would put on yourself, and then roses that you would lay on the bed. So a lot of this stuff, that you see on the back of it, it'll tell you how to use it.
Okay. Now you made a comment and it kind of hit me. You said most of your products are self-explanatory.
Mhm.
You'd be surprised, Lisa, how many older women just really don't have a clue about their bodies,
That's true.
have never explored their bodies. And I didn't realize it until the Other Woman magazine and some of the questions that I get or some of the articles, some women who have never had an orgasm before, as you mentioned, or never used a vibrator before, a dildo, never even heard the word dildo. They've heard vibrator, but they wouldn't know, does it go inside? Do you keep it outside? Those, they don't know.
Right.
I was a grown a woman before I knew never used a
Right.
vibrator before. So if you've never been exposed to it, you don't know. So how would you tell a woman? Because that was the first product you held up was a vibrator. How would you
Right.
tell a woman to use that? Does it come with instructions on the back?
Well, some of them do. Some of them do. But what you have to do, even with a man, you have to know your body. You have to get in touch with your body. You have to understand what stimulates you, what doesn't stimulate you. Not all vibrators are for inside pleasure. Some of them are for outside pleasure. It's just about knowing yourself. And you're right. A lot of women don't know themselves. A lot of guys don't know what turns them on. But it's about knowing your body and trying to, okay, this is what feels good. This doesn't feel good. I won't do this. So with these kind of products, these are what I call enhancing what is already inside. So it's not taking away from your sexuality. It's not taking away from your partner's sexuality. It's there to enhance.
Vernon, I lost my audio. I cannot hear Lisa.
You can.
Vernon, can you
I lost your. I have lost it. I've lost your audio and video.
go ahead and answer that question
If you
that's
can
on the
try to
screen?
call me back, Lavender. But I done lost your audio and video. So, I guess let me ask what Lavender is asking you those questions. I can when she calling me back, she's gonna call me back on VMix, and so the parties themselves. Okay, now you do this as a side business
Right.
as well. So there's a couple of things that I hear. What I hear you saying that you can help people get into this business as a sideline business,
Please.
as well as you can also uh, do parties for individuals. You do parties for your business, and you can also do parties for special events. Like somebody wanted to have a birthday party, or somebody wanted to have a girls' night out,
Correct.
something like that. It's something
Correct.
I think that women. I think women enjoy that. They just enjoy themselves. They just enjoy the moment, I guess, and the fun of it, I guess, and how y'all like like you don't have to worry about being judged by guys. I guess I don't know how,
Right,
but they
right.
see that. But I can you see how the reason I know this because I video parties, like bachelorette parties and stuff like that. I mean, the when the women get married and before they get married, they go out and have what you call those kind of parties? What you call that?
The bachelorette parties, or what? What are you talking
But
about?
anyway, I know girls like that, women like that. They just have a lot of fun. You get a
Right.
guy in there, you get a scripper or somebody in there, and you would think that the most quietest church girl in the house would not show her true colors.
Right.
That
You're
is when
correct.
they really show their true colors. But it's all in fun. Though. It's all in good fun and good taste, and
Correct.
what people enjoy. But they would probably never show that side to their
Correct.
significant others. So
Correct.
I get that part of it. Yeah, I do. So
It's about letting go and releasing and being, carefree at the time. That's something you may not be able to do at home, and so people really enjoy the parties that we have.
yeah, that's true. That is so true. Lavinda, I see you back, but you're not back on VMix. You kind of trying to show your face back on VMix for me because I lost you on VMix some kind. But just call me back up on my number on VMix if you don't mind, and quit acting like the thinker. Get your hands off your hip. But she's trying to think of a way of trying to get into the passion party business. If one want to get into the passion party business, Lisa, tell them how they can get into it if they wanted to do that.
Usually you'd get a sponsor. So if anybody wanted to contact me, you purchase a kit, you go through a little bit of training about how to present yourself, how to host a party. So if anybody wants to contact me, I believe my number is somewhere on the screen. Um, Also, there was a question on there. Somebody asked about candy coated or Candy Barrises, which is from Atlanta. She has a different line. It's called Candy Coated. This is not a part of her line. This is called Candy Land, and hers is with a K. So I didn't want it to be confused because somebody asked about that earlier. Um, but she does. She has candy coated nights or candy coated toy line, which she started, I believe, either the year before last in 2018. So, but that's a whole different, separate organization or a different company than Passion Parties. Actually, Passion Parties has recently merged with another company. So, but as an independent salesperson, continued with the Passion Party line.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Now, I know some women, either anybody, they kind of reluctant to do stuff like that. Okay.
Mhm.
How do you convince them otherwise? Like for an example, if you try to convince your significant others that no, I would never do anything like that. I never go. I think people feel. I mean, want to don't want to be feel judged by that, and they realize that if the church find out that I've been to a party like that, they'll never forgive me. If this talk to me,
Well,
Lisa.
like I said, my first party was a church, church um, first lady of the church. So, and she just let loose. Now, when you order with me,
Mm-hmm.
we order separately. We don't order in front of anybody unless you're comfortable. We go into a different room and we talk about it at length about what you like, what you don't like, what your partner likes, what they don't like, and see what fits you, and that way you're not being judged. You're not in front of people saying, oh, I want this, I want that, and they're looking at what you're putting in your bag. So I try to keep it very discreet. Now there are some times where you have girlfriends that don't care what hey, I did it, I do it. And so they'll come up to me and they'll say, I want this, and put that one aside for me. And that's being comfortable around their environment. But as far as any kind of like ordering goes, we do that discreetly. No one has to know what you're ordering. No one has to see what your likes or your dislikes are.
Right. Okay. All right. Very good. Got any questions, Lavinda? Go ahead.
don't have any
Hey,
audio.
hey, Lavender, it kind of reminded me of, you remember when we went to the Loving Mood there when Hill told us that time? Because we went there because they were doing business with us, and Hill said that the man said that he got a lot of preacher customers, but they drive to the back door and he has to
Back door. Yes.
at the back door because they
Yeah.
want anybody to.
Yes, yes. Now, while I couldn't hear, did you all talk about why these sex toys, the passion parties are so secretive? Why sex is not a topic that is openly discussed, but you can have a passion party and women feel a little bit more freely about it? Why do you think that is, Lisa?
I think it's like I said, and we said this before. It's like the environment that you're around. You know, you don't really talk about sexual things with your mom. You don't do that. Like that's a no. You don't. we don't speak. I don't even cuss in front of my mother. So, but then I can get around my girlfriends and I can release and be free a little bit and say what I want to say and tell them like how it is in my world. And that's how women feel when they get around their own peers and like, okay, I can talk about this and this stays between us. And then when I go home, I put on the other face here and I'm not
mask.
Right.
Yeah, we wear masks.
Right.
Okay, Savannah has a question. Most men don't like toys in the bedroom. It offends their manhood. I had someone say, "Why do I need toys? Ain't I enough?"
Okay.
Have you heard this before?
I've heard this in the 14 years that I've been doing this.
The answer to the question is hell no, because she going to bring in toys. You must not be enough. But go ahead.
But no, it's not trying to offend your partner. Like I said, it's about enhancing what you all both bring to the table. So you don't necessarily have to use toys. You don't necessarily have to, use toys. There are so many other things out there. There are catalogs of stuff that you can use. Now, if you prefer to use toys, your partner should be on the level with you and help you with them toys now. But you don't have to. And I've heard it. Men don't want to use toys, but believe it or not, a lot of men have called me to get something, or to get some sort of product, or to get some kind of lubricant, or to get something tasty. So, there's a lot more men out there. They're a lot more discreet than women, but they are out there saying, I want to please her. What can we try together? So, we'll go down the gamut of what do you feel comfortable with? Do you want a vibrator? Do you want a dildo? Do you just want lotions? Do you just want her to put on a teddy? Do you just want to lay on a bed of roses? What is it that you want to make sure that everybody gets what they need by the end of the night?
Piggyback on Savannah's question or her statement, there was an article written in a previous The Other Woman magazine. It was titled Organic Orgasm. And this woman was pushing 50 and she did not orgasm vaginally. So she started using a dildo. She was single, met a man, they became intimate. He still could not satisfy her. She still couldn't have an orgasm. So he invited the vibrator into the bedroom. So back to what Savannah was saying, it depends on a man's ego. If you can have some help, why not bring whatever it takes, besides another human being? But hey, if that's what you like, that's what you like, But he was willing to help her find that spot the best way he could. So if that's what did it for her, he brought it into the bedroom. So, I guess it depends on the man. It depends on the couple. It depends on what they decide to do or use to make the magic. Right. So what about you, Vernon? Would you bring toys into the bedroom if your spouse said, you know what, you just ain't hitting it right.
Well, if she just said I wasn't hitting it right, my ego would probably take advantage of me. They didn't want to let me do it. But to a broader point, I probably am curious about it. I would probably be curious about it if it was something that, it depending on how she approached me. She could have said, "Look, I was a sex toy because you're not enough." Okay, and then she would never get my support on it. If she was to say, for an example, well, let's experiment with it and see can it enhance what we're doing. Okay, I might be a little more open to it. It ain't what you do. No, it's always how you do it. I've always been curious about stuff like that. I just never had a lot of experience with it, but I always been curious about it. So at this point in time in my life, I'll probably be open to it. I'll try anything right
Yeah.
now. I don't think I would be opposed to it at all. No.
I
So
think I would have to start slow with maybe the lotion, maybe the oils with the taste, because I can be real greedy. So if I smelt something that I liked, I might be more willing to give me some chocolate, But what would you share? Which product would you share with the woman who maybe it was her first time at a passion party and she knew she wanted to like tiptoe into it, but wasn't really sure? What would you suggest?
Well, I would suggest that
you talking to me? What would I suggest to how she ease it in on you?
No, I was talking to Lisa. What product
Okay.
would she suggest?
I suggest that every woman has a bullet. Okay.
Has a what?
A bullet.
A what?
A bullet.
A bullet.
Yes.
Well, that's what she would get. But anyway, let's talk about what a bullet is then. I'm sure it's not the same bullet I'm thinking about.
No, me either.
So a bullet, it's a vibrator. It's and we have some that are where there's no strings attached to it. And then we have like this one here, like this is a mini bullet vibrator, but every woman should have a bullet. Now you don't have to have the extreme over the top, times 10 on speed. You want to start off slow. You want to start, you just start on the very lowest level possible and see how that helps.
Can you show that again? Show that mini, whatever it is, and explain it.
This one is a mini micro bullet.
Okay, mini hold vibrator. It closer to the camera. I'm trying to see. So, what is that? What
is that? Yeah.
This is a vibrator. This is a mini vibrator. It's a strong
vibrator. Hold it back up to the camera while you explain.
I don't know if you can see it on mine.
Yeah, we can see it. That's good.
Yeah. So this one, it comes with like 3 little batteries in it, but it's a very powerful one. And it fits like right in the little slots of your purse, so you can take it with you. So, but
do I see a keychain on that? Is that something there?
Yep,
a chain at the bottom of it?
Yep, that's a keychain right there. Nonetheless, I mean, we have ones that are shaped like lipsticks that people don't even know. Some that are shaped like what is the thing called, the mascara, and it's a vibrator. So I mean, but I personally would tell a woman that if she wanted to start with a vibrator, you start with a bullet. And you start with a bullet on the lowest level as you explore your body.
Why is it called a bullet? And is a bullet the name brand, or is a bullet the actual product?
It's not the name brand, but it's the actual product itself. I'm not really sure why it's called a bullet. A lot of these,
is it shaped like a bullet?
It's shaped like an egg. That's what it's shaped like an egg. And it usually is in it's silver in color. And I don't think I have any more because I think I sold out, because I don't really keep those around because they sell out quickly. But as far as that is concerned, it's shaped like an egg, and it's high, low, medium speed. See, I may have one. Can you hold just a minute? I'll get it.
Sure.
Hey,
I'll show you what it looks like.
Lavinus, that's so. See, guys that's something else you have to worry about now. We used to worry about Tom, Dick, and Harry, particularly Dick, and Jody, and all the rest of them. Now we have to worry about Bob. Bob is that battery operated. What does BOB stand for? Battery operated buddy.
Battery operated boyfriend.
Okay, battery operated boyfriend.
Well, you know what, Vernon, if you all would take time to get to know the woman's body, we've said it before, every woman's body is different. It ain't all about the hole. You think you're doing it right just because you get it in the hole. This is not golf. It's not a hole in one and you win. There are so many sensual nerves and parts of a woman's body. You know, you all just zip, zap, or what is it? What's the phrase? Thank you, ma'am. Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am.
Wham,
Come on.
bam, thank you, ma'am. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
You all, what do they say? You all are like a iron skillet, a hot skillet, where a woman is like a crock pot. It takes time for us to get there. Okay, Lisa, go ahead.
So this is what a bullet looks like, and it's a vibrator. It is a vibrator. Now they have some that do not come with any kind of string to it. It's just that's what it's called. It's the silver bullet, and it vibrates on high and low. I don't know if you all can see it vibrating right now, but it's a high and low. You know, vibration.
Diverting.
What do you say?
No,
nothing, Lisa.
No mind. I'm just joking.
But that's what I would tell a woman to start off with, is having a bullet.
Okay, so Lisa, hold that up again. Is that inserted into?
Not necessarily, because there's a lot of women that are not stimulated by anything being inserted. Some of this is a clitoral stimulation, so you can just lay this on top and be stimulated that way. So it's not necessarily where you have to insert anything.
Okay,
I got a question now. You had one that had a keychain on it. Okay, so what you do? She just take it to work, and when she get mad at the boss, she said, "I'll tell you what,
hey,
and make my
business." but yeah, I mean, we have as novelty items, they have different products that, like I said, some look like lipsticks, some look like mascaras, and they're vibrators. And you take it with you. You know, this one is on a keychain, and it's very small in size. It's only about, I'm telling you, it's like only about 2 inches long. So but it's very powerful. So it's different.
So that you just lay on top of you also. Nothing has to be inserted.
Nothing has to be inserted.
Wow.
Okay.
Both of us are like, wow, Vernon. Both of us, wow.
What else you got there? Okay. All right. Now, everything you said so far is just selfish. That's just for the individual, okay? For the woman itself. So what you got that for couples?
Okay, so, I mean, everything is not selfish. It's for couples. We have different toys for couples. But like I said, you have to do this with your partner. You know, we have the lotions that you can use with your partner. We have the vibrating C-rings, the C-rings that go on him when you all are in intercourse. It vibrates, it stimulates her. So there's different products out there.
Okay. So
I need to get a bullet.
I got you.
The other woman needs to have
you need to get your boyfriend, Lavinda. They don't have to put up with these attitudes from you no more.
Oh Lord. The other woman is going to have a passion party when I come to Pensacola, when all this coronavirus cease, if it ever will. That it's interesting, and to actually see the product, look at it, read the instructions, you know, so to have a hands-on, you might feel a little bit more comfortable with it. but that thing with the keychain, gosh, I feel like I've been living under a rock. My gosh.
I'm telling you, there is such a plethora. Up until 2014, every year I would go to a convention in Las Vegas, and there just be products and products and products.
Is that where your headquarters is?
Passion Parties was out of Las Vegas, and then they moved to California, and now I work with a different company out there in California. So there's so many. My book, the book that I have as far as the catalog is concerned, is very thick. So every so often I have to pick certain favorites, and I get the certain favorites from what my customers have told me. So like this butterfly one has been a favorite. There's a cream. There's also a cream that's like a mint flavored like cream that they use on him, which that's a product that my customers have been a favorite. So I try to keep things that my customers tell me are good on stock, so I have it ready for them. So that's something. Like I said, this is one thing, and it's not very costly, but whenever.
So where does that go? The one that you just
this one is inserted. This one is inserted, and then the butterfly tips would stimulate the clitoral area. They go like this on top of your. They pound against it. So but that's how I usually set up most of my products, where I will host or will have that on hand, is based on my clientele.
Okay, we got a question. Would you suggest a couple coming to a passion party together to choose a product to try? And added on to that question, would you come to a couple's home? Would you do a private party?
I have done that before. I have done that plenty of times in Cantonment. I have gone out to homes, and I have sat with the person and her spouse and say, sometimes they blush, sometimes they're real forward about what they want. And we'll go through the catalog and we'll say, well, this is what he likes, and then this is what I like. What's the middle ground? And so we'll find something in that for them to order, and we'll discuss on how different techniques they can use. So yeah, I've done that before.
Vernon, did you have a question? You look like you had a question.
Well, I don't know what question. I don't know what real questions to ask. I was just thinking there's a TV channel. Every time you flip through it, they got something. I forgot what the name of that channel is. They got that stuff on cable, not on regular TV, but they got some.
When they're selling Adam and Eve products.
It must be that. I think it is.
Adam and Eve. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you guys, it's the same kind of stuff that they sell, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Similar.
Okay.
Very, very similar.
What if someone is watching and they're interested in making some extra money? What would be the ideal person to be a consultant for passion parties?
So the ideal person, I couldn't really pinpoint it, because we have had people that are introverts, people that are extroverts. We've had school teachers. We've had stay-at-home moms. We've had military wives. So I really couldn't pinpoint it. It took me a good 4 or 5 months before I had purchased my kit, and it just sat there for a while, because I didn't really have the nerve to go out there and say, this is what I do. This is what, but after a while, I'm like, okay, let me just hand somebody my business card, talk it up a little bit. If they call me, they call me. They don't call me, they don't call me. I'm not, ashamed of it. And then I started to get more comfortable with talking about, sex and, pleasure, and how people need to come together and explore things in the bedroom. I even got even better once the money started coming in. So, I couldn't pinpoint who the ideal passion party consultant is, because you could sit down and be like, you know what? I'm going to get a catalog and just start with my immediate family. I'm going to invite all my girl cousins over, or all my cousins over, and we'll just hang out and we'll talk. You know, it starts with how your comfort level is.
Okay.
That would be, this sounds ideal for the other woman, doesn't it, Vernon?
Yeah, exactly.
I think I need to get more familiar with the products and share it with the other woman readers, you know, because we're always talking about exploring your body, and women are sensuous beings anyway. But
Exactly.
we're afraid to tap into our femininity and, you know, our bodies. And very interesting. Okay, you have a shout out from Bishop Askew. He says that you do great work and everyone needs to reach out to you. So Bishop Askew is obviously a supporter or a frequent buyer.
Go, Bishop. That's what I'm talking about.
Go, Bishop. Go, Bishop.
Yay. You motivate me, Bishop. I'm going out tomorrow and finding me a passion party. If it's all right for Bishop, it's certainly all right for me.
Oh, that's funny. That is funny.
But you know, but I'm serious now. I want you to take that as a note. One of the first things you said, Lisa, you said, is it Liz, right? You're Liz.
Right.
Liz. You said the first party you had was sponsored by a first lady of the church, right?
It was.
Then, Lavenda and I had so many conversations on how sex in the church was so taboo. Right. And I'm glad that folks realize that, and even outside of the church, you talk about sex. We talk about sex on this show a lot. My son, nicknamed this show the Nasty Show. The Nasty Show.
Oh,
yeah. Yes, he called our show the Nasty Show. So, but that's because that's the mindset that people think sex is nasty, sex is dirty. Sex is the reason you're here. Sex is natural as anything you're ever going to have. So why not talk about it? Why not embrace it? Let's talk about sex, if you don't mind. But again, we've been so socialized and so conditioned that we try to keep it swept under the rug. But hey, it's good that folks like Bishop and folks like the first ladies and folks like Pastor and all those folks embraces these kind of things, not to shy away from it, but let's embrace it. And let's and we talked a lot about if folks talked about more sex in the church and in the home, there'd be a lot less sex related issues, like pregnancies and incest and all that other kind of, if people was to talk about it. But again, part of our goal in this show, we're going to talk about it. Okay.
Yeah. Even we've had a show about masturbation before. That would help. I know you started 20 years old. You have to be 18 years old to actually attend a passion party. But to explore your own body for a young person to know their body instead of finding some young girl or another boy to experiment on, to know their own body. So the passion parties are, let me ask you this, how much does it cost to enter, to be a consultant? What's the process?
So you would have to purchase a kit, and the kits range, they have different specials. So I'm not sure what they're ranging. It's been some time since I bought a kit. Like I said, I've been doing this for 14 years. So all I've done is added products to what I started with. But they have different levels of kits. Like you can start off with just central products where you don't buy any toys and you just get the lotions and the what they call the mild stuff. Okay. And so where you just get lotions and lubrications and powders and stuff like that. And then they have where you transition and you'll have like 1 or 2 or 3 toys. And then you get like one where you get a plethora of toys. So it really depends on, you can start off with just powders. I've had one consultant, that's all she wanted to do was the mild stuff, because that's her comfort level and she did very, very well at it. So it really depends.
Okay.
You buy a kit and then you get some training on how to promote yourself. We're not saying to go, certain places to promote yourself, but word of mouth. Tell your friends, your families, your coworkers when you go to a restaurant and you sit down and eat, and the waitress is looking like she's having a hard time. Here's my business card. Whenever you have a night out with your girls, give me a call. That's a business expense right there too. So, so you can ride your meal off. So
okay, so they don't have to necessarily sell products, like you said. If they just wanted to do the lotions,
right,
they could share that. Okay, right. So they can slide in slowly into
correct.
the business. Okay,
Correct.
Someone mentioned heated lubricants.
Mm-hmm.
Lubricant. Do you Passion Parties? Is that a part of your product line?
We do have those. We have flavored kinds of lubricants. My take on lubricants, as far as the heated ones, be careful where you put that. Like the lubrication, like the heated massage oils, you don't want anything that hot external or internal. So you want to, those are for like massages, not placing things in areas where you're going to end up having to go to the emergency room. So we do have those. We have flavored kinds. We have ones that are like, if you are not a woman that is, that she gets wet easily, that helps with that lubrication. So we do have different kinds.
Okay. Closing remarks, Lisa. We're going to let you go. It's we got about 15 minutes left in the show, but we're going to give you 2 minutes to share any closing remarks that you have with the viewers.
Okay. Well, I thank you all very much for having me on the show. I was so glad to be here and talk to you. If anybody has any questions, please give me a call. If you are looking for something to enhance your love life, please give me a call. I'm here for you. I am in the Escambia County area, but I have traveled. I believe my number is on the screen. It's 850-450-0661. To my ladies, I have
yes.
To my ladies, I have an exclusive Passion Parties by Liz Facebook page. You have to ask to be entered to that page. It's not, and I have 16 men in waiting for approval, and it's not a men's page. It's just for women. I joke, we have products there. I do discount products a month there. People that have questions hit me up there, and if they want to host their own party, they contact me through that website on Facebook or through that page on website. So once again, I really, really thank you so much for letting me be here. Vernon, please behave yourself when you go anywhere. But thank you so much for having me.
And thank you, Lisa. Thank you for joining us. Okay,
thank you.
That is
Bye,
Lisa
y'all.
Thalls, everyone, with Passion Parties by Liz. 850-450-0661. Have a good evening.
Good evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Lisa. Now, hey, Lisa, before you go, now I got to ask you this question before you go, okay? Even though it's Lisa, but it says Passion Party by Liz. So what's the difference between Liz and Lisa?
Okay, so Lisa is my family name. That's what everybody calls me in my family. When we have that my real name is Lizette. So everybody in Pensacola knows me as Liz. So, but Lisa is my family name. So on Facebook, if you go on and see Lisa Thalls, that's my family name. We always have that nickname. So.
Yep. Hey. All right, like Lavender, I'll tell you a little secret, right? Just what Liz is saying. Everybody knows me here as Vernon, right? But if you go to Burnt Corn, Alabama, where I was born and raised, nobody knows my real name. They think my name is Peter Watson instead of Vernon Watson. So I get it, Liz.
Okay.
Lisa.
Okay. All right.
That's just country. Okay. Bye, Lisa. Have a good evening.
Bye. Be blessed. Bye.
That was interesting, Lavender. Very interesting.
It was, and I don't know what you did, but you got a horrible echo now.
I know.
What did you do? It was
I don't know.
fine.
I lost. Let me hold on for a minute. I turned. I don't know when the hell I did. To be honest with you, I turned. I lost. I got lost on. I lost you on VMix. Let's see here. I I don't know what happened, sugar. Hang on for a second. Let me do
While
one
you
other
figure that
thing.
out, I'm going to read Bishop Askew's statement. He said, at the same time, oh my God, turn that squeal off. Everyone,
Wait a minute, sugar. Just hang on for a second. Just give me a minute. Give me a minute. Okay, now go ahead. Is it off? Is it gone?
yeah. So Bishop Askew says, at the same time, everyone plays like everyone is very holy in church, but the same ones you see in church every Sunday likes to have fun. You know, we're all human. We all got
Right.
here by the act of sex. We all, those of us who have children, you had the act of sex. Sex is a beautiful thing, but I believe it's society who has made it to be so taboo and secretive and dirty. You know, it's not, I don't know. Media has made it dirty also. You know, the whole, I don't understand. I don't know, but Bishop Askew is definitely correct in saying that. I don't know why, because we go to church, we feel like we can't have sex, we can't have fun, we can't go to a passion party. You know, it's just, I don't know. But we talk about this all the time, don't we?
We Christians. We don't supposed to do all that. We don't. Ain't sex a sin?
Listen to how you said that. That is so funny. That is so funny.
I wonder, is it a sin? Oh,
Are you
Miss
asking me?
Yes, I'm asking you. You got more
No,
probably more
sex is
church
not a
experience than I
sin.
got.
I don't
It's
go to
not.
church. Well, I grew up in the
I
church.
didn't, I
No,
didn't
I
want
don't
folks
think
to know
sex
that.
is a sin.
Lavenda, I didn't want folks to know that you was a heathen. So I'm just.
Oh my goodness, you are too funny. I don't care what folks know or what they think. I know who I am. But I don't think sex is not a sin. If sex was a sin, we wouldn't be having babies. We wouldn't, I mean, isn't that the purpose of marriage is to procreate? How can you do that if you don't have sex?
Right, exactly. Well, you got to confess to me because
I
you
know
know
I don't.
advocates. I can always
You're a sex addict or a sex advocate?
well, probably a
Which
little.
one?
Yeah,
Oh my
probably a bit of
goodness.
both, sugar.
Oh gosh. Yeah, Bishop asked Vernon, how did you get here? Well, prayerfully, Vernon got here the same way all of us got here.
They told
So
me they found me in a rabbit patch. Now, how would you explain that? Okay, all right.
okay.
I know.
Okay.
Tell Bishop. He knows. I'm the. I had to convince you about sex. You didn't want to talk about it out loud.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I never had a problem discussing sex out loud. But you know what? I learned a lot tonight. I learned a lot. And while
Yeah.
she was showing those products, I was so happy. I put her on the big screen by herself because if you could see the look on my face, it was like, what the hell is that?
You
What
didn't.
the
Wait a minute.
heck?
Hold on, Lavenda. You didn't reach down in the bottom drawer while you had that big picture on the screen, did you?
Oh, please.
You came back mighty smiling, mighty happy.
Vernon, you were the one that
Cut
walked
me-
away.
cut-
You were the
cut
one
me
that
off.
walked away. You got up and said, I'll be back.
No, I didn't.
I'll be back.
No.
Yes, you did. You
No,
don't
I
remember
didn't.
that?
Tonight. No, I didn't.
Tonight, Vernon. Yes, you did. You
I
said,
remember
I'll
I
be
was here the whole
back.
time, Lavenda.
Okay, whatever, Vernon. Whatever. Okay.
I don't have it. Well, I tell you what, maybe them passion parties better than taking matters in your own hand. That might
They
spite.
probably are. They probably
Yeah.
are. They probably would be.
But
Yeah.
you're right. I learned a lot tonight
Yeah.
about them, and I guess she probably didn't scratch the surface on that stuff, you know.
I'm sure
But
she
people
did.
don't like to talk about it. But did she tell you when the next one is? She didn't advertise it, did she? But folks can
No,
call
she did.
45.
But you know,
They can call 450-0661 to find out.
and they can also go to her.
One.
Yeah, or they can go to her Facebook page, Lisa Thaws, THAWS. It's on the screen, and they can, send a friend request or send a message, ask some questions, get to know. But this is a good time for that business with the whole coronavirus and, not being able to to touch people and the social distancing.
When you said, it's interesting that you said that, because I was thinking the same thing when she was talking about this stuff. I said, well, this probably is a good time to get into that stuff, because since you can't have really any social interaction now, it's, hey, one got to do what one got to do.
Yeah.
So hey, I might have to get into the passion party business.
Yeah. You'd be a good one for the Blues Hound show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She said
start with the lotions.
Hey, she said you got edible panties. I might not need to be in that business, because I probably eat up all the profit.
By yourself, huh? Tastes so good. Is that why you asked about the gummy bears? Because you love some gummy bears.
Yeah, get some gummy bear flavors. Or you have a good customer. Yeah, don't give me the panties. Give me some big old bloomers in, okay?
I'm sure they have them in all sizes. Oh goodness! But that was good. So that was a good show.
I didn't quite understand how that works. So tell me, Lavenda, how it works. So you saying you're the one that spoke up real early, so I know you know about this. No, brother, you have them on. I thought they just hand them to you, put them on the plate, and you start eating. I said, what good is that going to do you? But you said, no, Vernon, you put them on. So I guess you have to eat them off somebody.
I can't even stop laughing. Yes. You have, before you become intimate, or that's part of your foreplay, you put on the edible panties, or you put on the lubricant, the lotion, whatever flavor you like, and you nibble on the ears, nibble on the neck, work your way down, and hey, you might get hungry and just eat the panties off of her. You know what?
Yeah,
but you know what? I don't know. Oh Lord, I don't know what it tastes like. Vernon, they're edible panties. Anybody would know. I know that. I may not know what that dildo thing was she held up, but edible panties. What else is self-explanatory?
Hold on, stop right there. Now stop right there. She never uttered the word dildo. So how did you know about dildo?
She did. I think she did.
No, she did not.
She said vibrator.
She never said the word dildo. So
okay, she said vibrator.
What is a dildo?
She said vibrator.
Yes, she said vibrator. She never said a dildo.
Okay, it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Know. Is it?
I believe it is. I think it's just a different name.
I just want to know how much experience you got on that. That's all. Yes, it's okay to talk.
Why are you all in my business?
It's okay.
We all know that you.
About it.
Hey, I'm not worried about talking about it. I'm the one that said I need to get a bullet. What do you need to get? I admitted I need to get a bullet. What you need to get?
Can you start right there? What did she say? She never said what a guy needs to get to play by himself. She had these products for women to play by themselves, but
she mentioned the ring. She mentioned the ring. Well, you guys got two hands. You don't need much. You got two hands.
2 hands too. You got 2 hands.
Well,
and a dildo.
We'll have to bring Lisa back on one day. We'll have to bring Lisa back on one day to specifically talk to the men, because you all do need a little help.
Because she said
talk all that trash. Y'all talk all that trash and then don't do a doggone thing. Okay, it's 10:27. We need to.
How do you? I want to know, how do you know all that?
You are always trying to get into my bedroom business. Keep your ass out of my business. You need to be worried about what's going on or what's not going on in your own bedroom.
You try to talk so innocent, and then everything come out of your mouth is so guilty.
I never said I was innocent. You said that. That's the illusion you put on me about being innocent.
I got Mama Rosa. Mama Rosa listening. She thinks I was a good girl. She found out that I really was a freak. She'll be disappointed in me.
Where do you think I learned it from? Vernon, let's get out of here.
You inherited
Let's
that.
get-
I know she didn't teach it to you. I don't know now because you said now before we go, because you said this on another show, right? You said when we were talking about the show on masturbation, you said you would encourage your son to masturbate. And I asked you the same
Yes.
question. I said, well, if you had daughters, would you do the same thing?
Yes, definitely.
So maybe you learned it then. You think Mama Rosa encouraged y'all to masturbate? You encourage you to masturbate? Maybe that's
You know what?
I know
Stay out of-
I know she's gonna cuss me out though. I know.
My mother just sent me a text and she said, "Get the hell out of my business, Vernon." No, she didn't. But I can read her mind.
Your mama very more tactful than you are. You know, this from your dad. You can get it from Mama Rosa. She's very tactful.
Okay, Vernon, let's get out of here.
Oh, it's time to go.
Yes, it is. It's 10:29.
We got cut off on VMix when you dropped out of there some kind of way. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's a storm, but we only got a problem.
Don't blame it on the storm. Don't blame it on the storm. They know your stuff is raggedy. So yeah, you messed up. But I want to recognize our sponsor, attorney Robert C. Allen. You can go to his website, robertcallen.com. If you're looking for an attorney, you need some law advice, you need to know what your rights are, personal injury, police misconduct, criminal defense. Contact Robert C. Allen. Visit his website at robertcallen.com for Pensacola and surrounding areas. And please like us on Facebook, like us on our YouTube channels, The Other Woman Magazine, and subscribe also to Vernon's YouTube channel, WBQP. What's so funny, Vernon?
You know I had to get you on that one.
What I do?
We sounded desperate, just like Trump. Please like us. Please like us. Women, please like us on Facebook.
And if you want a copy of The Other Woman magazine, go to www.candypublishing.net. And if you own a business, we are now doing what we're calling feature ads, where you can have an ad in The Other Woman magazine and be featured. We'll do a feature story instead of just slapping an ad in the magazine. We'll do a feature story, a full-page feature story on you and your business. So, are we finished here, Vernon?
I guess so, Sugar. I guess
yes.
That's what we're gonna be able to do tonight.
Yes. So thank you all for joining us. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Vernon, it's your turn to pick the topic next week. Okay.
You got a good topic this week, Lavenda. Thank you.
I always have a good topic. Thanks for Lisa.
Foreign topics, like I don't know, but people like to talk about sex and stuff like that. So thank you for making it interesting for me. I actually learned something tonight. Really, I did.
I did too. Yeah. Lisa's got it going on, huh? She's got it going on.
I think next week we'll talk about sex position, the different kinds of positions.
Okay, well, let's get out of here. Okay, you guys, thank you for joining us. And we're going to go out now. Okay, bye-bye.
See you, Lavenda.
Okay, our